Today we are making vegan chicken and dumplings, and this is my new favorite fall dish as it's as comforting as food can get. I mean, fluffy dumplings swimming in a thick savory broth. It's just a match made in comfort food heaven, and on top of that, it's super easy to make, so let's get it going. And this does come together quickly once you prep for it. I'm first going to start off with the chicken, and to make this even faster, you could use some store-bought vegan chicken like this, but if you're like me and love soy curls, you're going to take 4 ounces of dried soy curls and soak them in 2 cups of this vegan chicken broth, or you can use veggie broth if you wanna. We're also going to make a heavy cream using cashews, so we're going to soak half a cup of cashews in boiling water, and now while our soy curls and cashews soak, let's prep our veggies. I'm simply going to chop up about 3 to 4 carrots. You just need 1 cup's worth. Same with our celery, 1 cup worth of that. And then also some shallots. You can totally use onion too, but I'm going to go with 1 cup of roughly chopped shallots. And obviously you can prep this beforehand if you want, which will make this go even faster. Now for our soy curls, just go ahead and strain them and then squeeze out the liquid. I've had folks ask if they can reuse the liquid for broth, and my answer is I think so. Personally, I find it has a slight aftertaste that I don't really enjoy, but if it doesn't bother you, I think it should be fine to reuse. And soy curls can vary in size quite a bit, so you can either shred them up by hand or you can simply chop them up like I am here. I like to get them into bite-sized chunks like so. And for the cashews, drain those too, and then add them along with 1 cup of unsweetened plant milk to a high-speed blender and blend until smooth. It will seem kind of thin, but it thickens once it heats up. Also, if you refrigerate it, it will thicken up quite a bit as well. Now to a large cast iron skillet or Dutch oven, let's add 2 tablespoons of vegan butter and 2 tablespoons of oil. And then once that's melted, we'll add in our veggies and stir to coat, and just cook those down on medium heat for about 4 to 5 minutes. Add a bit of salt and pepper if you like, and then after about 6 to 8 minutes, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon each of fresh chopped sage and thyme, and then 1 tablespoon of mushroom seasoning, 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast as dictated by vegan law, and then we're going to do 4 to 5 cloves of minced garlic. Cook that for a minute, making sure you don't burn it. And then we're going to start adding in our flour 1 tablespoon at a time. We're probably going to do about 4 to 6 tablespoons depending on how thick you want your broth. But just add in a tablespoon, stir to coat, and continue. And then once the veggies have a good amount of flour coated on them, we're going to cook that down for about a minute and then slowly add in 4 cups of vegan chicken stock or veggie stock. But again, we're just going to add in a bit and then stir to combine and continue that process until it's all in there. And then next we're going to add in 3/4 cup of the cashew cream we made earlier, and maybe I should have done it slower and whisked it in a bit at a time, but it worked out fine anyway. And then next let's add our soy curl chicken back to the party, as well as 1 cup of frozen peas. Stir that around, and we just want to bring that up to a simmer, and after a few minutes you can see that the sauce has gotten a lot thicker. And you can always add a cornstarch slurry if you want it even thicker, or thin it out with some more stock, up to you. And this should go without saying, but season this to taste. Add more of whatever you like. And now it's time to make our dumplings, which couldn't be easier. We're going to get 240 grams of flour, and then 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, black pepper to taste, 2 teaspoons of fresh thyme. Whisk that up, and then add in 3/4 cup of unsweetened plant milk and a 1/4 cup of melted vegan butter. And then fold that together, and if you're like me and your dough feels a bit dry, add in 2 more tablespoons of plant milk. You want a fairly wet dough so these don't come out dry, but fold it until it's just combined and don't overmix it. Next, scoop out a bit, probably 2 to 3 tablespoons worth, and then we just need to drop these down in the pan like so. You can spoon over some broth, but I decided against it for aesthetics. And then once they are all in there, cover and simmer on low for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until you can insert a toothpick into each one and it comes out clean. Then top it with some fresh parsley if you like, and I gotta say it again, this is my new favorite fall food, even more than chicken pot pie I think, which was my favorite from last year. It's just such a simple dish that's even more delicious than it is easy to make. That amazing broth and dumplings, the soy curls, it's just so dang good and I can't get enough of it. And as usual, if you're like me, you'll have leftovers, which now that I think about it, I need to go eat some right now. But I really do think you all should make this as soon as possible, and if you want to make some other comfort food, check out this playlist I made right here. And until then, I'll see you all next time.